vice lords, Carlin Theotis. May Theotis rest in peace. He passed away. Ended up being a blood or whatever with them and shit with Slpy and them further on down the lane. So they out there, shooting dice or whatever. So I talked to nigga Rabbit. I'm like, man, they all these niggas, man. I ain't know they finna get on some bullshit. Like, man, you straight, you with us. You ain't gotta worry about nothing, cause we going to Slpy. Everybody really fuck with Slpy. You feel me? So we going over to where he at, and before you know it, man, them niggas got the acting like they was finna try to jump me. You know what I'm saying? So Slpy was like, nah, that ain't finna happen. Y'all ain't finna jump my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, cause them niggas, they was probably finna, them niggas wanted to get me together. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas wanted to get me all the way together. It wasn't like no shit like,
I ain't heard
you
Joe
know,
yet. Get me together.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no shit like motherfuckers just wanna jack real
This
quick
the
and,
one right here. This the one.
yeah,
Okay.
motherfucker want to. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got one, but they seen how Slpy was like, nah, this ain't finna happen. It was down there like, bro was finna take care of his business if it came to that. And then Rabbit on whatever Slpy on. So a few other the guys that's out there and shit, they know who they was and shit. So everybody kind of like wherever Slpy said pretty much went. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying. So they respect what he said. And he was like, nigga, if y'all want to get on one, we get on one. So it was me and the nigga Theotis, and we got a one. Um, you know what I'm saying? I took care of my business, and it wasn't expected what I did. You know what I'm saying? I ended up blacking both of his eyes and shit like that. So it was something like that was kind of spread it out through the whole East Memphis. Like everybody knew because like, homie wasn't no bitch ass nigga. Homie was known for doing whatever a motherfucker think that they do. Bruh, been with that shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But me and him was able to have a fair one, and just that day it didn't go the way he thought it was gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, you
So,
gonna be
my
cool with
nigga.
me airing this shit, right? Everything you talk,
Nah, it's all love. It's
everything.
all
All right. I had a couple
it's all
people.
love.
I done had a couple people though recently, brother. Hey, true. Hey, bro, man, go back and beat that out. I be like,
Nah, I
okay,
mean, at
okay.
the end of the day, nah, at the end of the day, it's like this. It's like if a nigga saying some faulty shit and saying some lying ass shit, then you know what I'm saying, a nigga feel like they got something to hide. But everything that I said was facts. Everything that I said was real. These are real training events that happen. That, so niggas hear that shit, niggas know, oh shit, bro ain't lying. It's facts.
So
So
some niggas probably
it
just
ain't
don't
shit.
wanna rub old wounds. That's all.
Nah, it ain't rubbing. It ain't rubbing no old rule. It's like It's like for me, I know who I am and I know what I represent to my hood and to people that fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Got
I ain't no random ass nigga. I'm stamped. So like with that being said, nigga just talking about a trainer event. So
you.
it's like it ain't like a motherfucker slandering nobody or doing no shit like that. Nigga still giving them his, but I'm just telling you what
What
was real.
happened?
You know
I
what I'm
got,
saying?
I'm just making sure.
What
I'm
happened
just,
with me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What happened to me? Because all these trainers events, these are part of my life, it's a part of my story. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying? So yeah, but respect to the dead and everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like I went in tour with motherfuckers that you don't know. I was in tour with niggas that was known.
No,
You know
Nikki.
what I'm saying? So that's a big difference than other niggas' story. That's something that people probably wanna
Yeah, yeah.
hear. You know what I'm
For sure, for
saying?
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was one of those type of things, you know what I'm saying? Slpy made sure a nigga got up out of there, you know what I'm saying? And we had our fair ones and shit, and then after that we squashed this shit like men, you know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I kinda they left that nigga alone. They left me alone after that. You know what I'm saying?
Question, bro.
So,
When it comes to the east side, East Memphis, man, why is like it seems like Slpy Ruu name come up a lot though, bro? Like why Sleep is so held in such high regard when it comes to the east side though, bro?
now I say this, right? Sleepy Sleepy was a little bit more advanced than everybody else. You know, everybody had their own ways of being unique or how they was and shit like that. Everybody can do the hood shit, but I say Sleepy was just a little bit more quicker than everybody else. You know, we still in the hood playing manhunt, jacking, and playing video games, and meeting up with certain little bitches, hunting and shit like that. Bro was fucking and hustling and making money. Eventually, you know, it wasn't always like that for him, because bro wasn't always based on that. Bro was always cool and always had some of the most baddest bitches you could talk to at that age, So he was always that cool person that you can look up to or want to be like or want to hang around. He just always had that aura about himself, man. I can never say that homie was a hater or talk shit about people or none of that. He was just somebody that just did him, but I felt like, he graduated in the streets, but kind of like before everybody else. Like I was known for like fighting and hustling and just doing hood shit. But when we was still in the Kingston Manor trying to figure shit out, homie was driving.
Right.
We ain't got those, but homie driving, homie making other moves. So I just think, he was a nigga like me. He was a solo nigga that just stood on his shit and he was just respected. He just wasn't no disrespectful ass nigga, but he wasn't no nigga that's gonna let you just say anything and do anything or nothing like that. So I'd probably say he was a fair guy. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
He was a fair guy, and homie put his work in too. He was into it with the Hoovers and shit like that, and fighting them niggas, and uh shit, we was fighting them. It was one time it was me and him. We was out there fighting them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So homie just put his work in. He put his work in when other niggas wasn't really putting work in. You know what I'm saying? So nobody could take that from him. Like to be honest, around that time we was growing up, like before the world know Ricky Hamilton, Finesse 2 times before the world knew him for like who he is as an artist. You know what I'm saying? He was known for throwing parties. His mom and them was throwing parties and shit. That they stayed off for Getwell or something like that. But they was known for like throwing parties and shit like that, and everybody going to like school dances and shit like that. Nobody was really active, but like the older people like Cavassier and Sean and niggas like that, the older niggas, bro, that older Crip niggas and blood niggas, them niggas was more active. Everybody else was still figuring shit out. And I probably say Sleepy was a little bit ahead of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So that's most definitely how he got his name, just putting that work in, bro. That's all I can say.
okay, so let me ask you, what was your relationship with Finesse growing up?
Man, I never really had a relationship with him. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? I seen them around the way a couple of times. I attended his party a couple of times. Me and him
okay,
spoke in real life a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he remember, but if his memory is sharp, he would remember. You know what I'm saying?
I got
Because
you.
we was all in that small circle. So East Memphis ain't that big. So anybody that knows Sleepy, they know me.
I
Like
got
I know his mom, his sister, everybody. So it's like, but nah, I never really had I never had no relationship, but I seen them around the way. But I can say when we was outside doing what we was doing, he wasn't out there with us, bro. That's facts.
I got you. So Slpy Ruu would be more so of a friend to you,
I say family, bro.
family.
You know what I'm saying? I say family to me because I had a lot of respect and love for that nigga. So when he first started off rapping and shit, and when Zed Zilla gave him that cosign, gave him that feature, me and him would be chopping it up,
Right,
bro, man, nigga, when this shit get on, when I start doing tour, you gonna be right there with me. Like we was chopping it up until that weird ass shit happened. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But other than that, yeah, man, I was real cool, and I got a lot of respect for him because that's somebody I grew up with. I was with every fucking day, bro.
I got you.
Like when I'm into it with everybody and shit like that, I'm still solo doing whatever I want to do. But I know when I'm with my mans, I'm straight. So it don't matter what everybody else thinking or how they feeling, they all gonna follow suit. You feel me?
I got you.
So that was my relationship I had with him, man. We was close before before any of this gang shit, or like I said, before people know him for what they known for,
Right.
I've been knew him. I've been knew Lil Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Got
Yeah,
you. Say less.
that's family.
I got you. So,
Yeah,
how did you get into the music, bro? How did you get into music, man? What inspired you to start making music, homie?
man. I probably say like the music, a few things. What made me probably be more interested into the music was watching Sleepy. You know what I'm saying? And watching his nephew, watching his cousin, trap. Cause I was in Minnesota at the time. You know what I'm saying, when they
Right.
started to become more, who they are today and shit like that. I just say, just seeing that, you seeing your homie doing music, you inspired by it. Like I wasn't thinking about rapping or in the studio, but I was paying attention to what was going on, and my
Mm-hmm.
brain was manifesting these things before I knew it. So I say, I was inspired by that. And when I went to prison, had that little time, went to prison and shit. And I was looking at the double XL, I think it was the 2017 double XL or 2018 double XL, one of the two. I think it was the 18. I was looking at that, and I just seen the artists that was on the magazine, and I was like, shit, man, if these motherfuckers on here, you know what I'm saying? I know I can get on here.
Oh,
And
definitely.
they're just saying that when I'm in the joint looking at the magazine, I'm not thinking I'm gonna do these things. It was just a manifestation. So I end up getting out, doing my thing in the streets, niggas touching some paper and shit. And all of a sudden they like 50 Cent is coming to Minneapolis or whatever. So I'm telling some of the guys, talking to the people, hey, y'all wanna go and go buy the liquor and go chop it up with him and shake hands? They like, oh man, fuck that nigga. We don't fuck with him. He ain't had a hit since woo woo woo. I'm just looking at these niggas like I knew I was different from these bitch ass niggas, even now to this day. I'm like, man, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I went got myself together and went and met the nigga and shit. You know, uh, I end up seeing Young Buck road manager at the time. It was cool, Charlie P. And we was chopping it up and shit. He was like, man, you got some weed? I'm like, yeah. Sold him a little weed and shit like that. And I shook hands with 50 for a little second, took a picture. And then after that, I just we had it was a professional photographer named Jeff Crowell that was there. So he took the pictures and shit, and he sent me a professional shot with me and 50. So I took that motherfucking uploaded on my profile,
Yeah.
and therefore you know it, people just start DMing me like, "Hey, you do music? Are you a manager? You?" I'm like, "Nah, I just took a picture with 50." So the same dude who took the picture, a white dude, he DM me like, "Hey, you want to open up for Get It Kid? He coming to Minneapolis at the Pyramid Strip Club." I'm like, man, shit, I don't do music. I
Yeah.
ain't got nothing. He like, man, just try it out.
Yeah.
He like, try it out. You got to look for it. So I'm like, all right. So I reached out to an engineer producer, that's known in Minnesota named Jay State, and we just went in the studio and did like a 10-hour session. Called some of the homies and shit. Had some, how we do it. Bring the bitches and everybody and shit, and we just created what we could create and went where we felt that was two good songs. I performed that motherfucker. I opened up for Good Kid that performed the form, had the best performance. Threw some money. Strippers and all that other good shit. I had the best performance, and um, after the performance, after he did his thing, Gilly and his entourage, his security guards and shit, they came and took pictures with us. Like he came to me, took pictures with me and my people's like, hey, I'm
Okay.
fucking what you doing. I'm fucking what you doing. This shit hard. Walk the way, we chopping it up. And I don't know, he disappeared or some shit like that. So, I'm in the same car right now. I'm in my Mustang and shit. So I'm sitting outside the club and I'm just chilling, I got my jewelry on and all the other shit. I'm the star rap. I'm feeling good, And he come out the club. He just walk up to my window, bro. And he just shook my hand and he kept it moving, hop on the sprinter. And when I looked at that nigga, man, like I could just tell, like, yeah, that's a Philly nigga for sure. He shook my hand like he ain't had to do none of that. He could have just kept it moving. He made sure that he acknowledged me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and I acknowledged him. It was 100. He hopped in the sprinter and he left. So I probably since after that, after that shit happened, everything just snowball effect and just kept going. You know what I'm saying? And here we is right now. Got major features, mixtape about to drop. I've been doing a lot of different shit. So yeah,
So
it
so
just started like that.
so that shit really started on, man, you looking at the double XL, like, man, hell nah, I could do, if they doing it, I could do it. Then so really in Memphis, we call that shit a humbug.
Yeah,
A humbug, man. You know what I'm talking about? That shit started on a humbug. And
yeah, basically.
that's what's up
Nah,
though.
but before the magazine, you know what I'm saying, I was inspired by the homie. You know what I'm saying? That's always gonna be there because that's somebody I seen doing this shit. Like I didn't know nobody that I knew that was rapping. And then this nigga is rapping and he's actually good at the shit. Like I'm watching videos and shit and seeing him in the video doing videos with Moneybag Yo before Moneybag Yo became who he came. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And a lot of that accomplishment from Moneybag Yo is just because being with Sleepy. Ain't nobody else gonna say the shit, but I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So I just say that he inspired a lot of people, and I was inspired by that. And I'm one of them niggas that can actively say I was inspired instead of acting like it's this and